For my professional development module, I did the Developing Empathy for ELL Students. For my project, I chose Activity 3, ask for some of the more frequent words your ELL students struggle to understand in the class each week, provide a recording of you defining the terms and giving better context to help them understand. So the way I chose to do this was starting in lesson 3 is when I finished the module. I added a thread on my optional questions and conversation board. Each week we had a getting to know you question, and I had quite a few people participating, so I thought this was a good place to put it. So at the beginning of the week, I started a thread. I said what words are confusing this week, and asked that if they came across any words that they didn't understand, then here we go. If they put them in here, then when I make my midweek video, I would define those words and try to explain them more. And this was actually my most successful week. A lot of my students, this was the week we talked about Cornell note-taking, and they didn't understand what Cornell was, couldn't find a definition for Cornell. And so I actually, on the discussion board here, I responded right away and explained what it was for those students who were curious. And then in addition, when I did my weekly video, I do a video after I finish my grading, then I explained it again and gave context in that video so that more people would see it. So then I followed the same format for each week, and on that discussion board I included this thread. A lot of weeks I didn't get any responses from students. I don't know if that just means that the course is set up well and that they understand the words, or if it just wasn't being used. There were a couple other weeks where I had students post words and I was able to include those in the video. So overall, my takeaways are, I think it is a valuable idea, especially for these pathway language courses where all of your students are ELL students. I'm wondering if there is a better place to do it, if maybe there was an entirely separate discussion board in the course specifically for vocabulary questions, if maybe it would get used more. I also wonder if I had started it at the beginning of the semester and it was part of the class from the beginning, if it would have become more routine and they would have used it more. But in general, I think it was a good resource and a good opportunity for students to feel comfortable asking about words, and a good way for me to respond to that.